All right, we have some new information on the impact of Irene this morning.
Latest numbers from National Grid released overnight show less than 300,000 Rhode Islanders are now in the dark. Warwick is the city that has the most power outages, nearly 75% of homes and businesses. But I must report that just walking through the newsroom a couple of minutes ago, I heard a few of our producers talking about that they're literally, refreshing the page, the National Grid page, and every, half an hour or so, that number continues to go down. So National Grid hard at work right now, trying to restore the power to Rhode Islanders.
Now, Eyewitness News reporter Nicole Estefan is live in Warwick. You're actually on Warwick Ave, where earlier it was pretty much completely in the dark. Anything changing there, Nicole?
It is changing a bit, Danielle. In fact, we can tell you from driving around Warwick Ave, it's spotty, the outages, and that's really good news at this point because, as you mentioned, at one point, nearly 75% of people were without power here. That's well more than 30,000 folks. And the big story again this morning, State Police asking everyone to be careful on the roadways this morning. And let's take a look at why. We're going to zoom in here. This is just one traffic light. You're going to find hundreds of these across the state that don't have power. And of course, they want folks to slow down and be careful for that reason. Governor Lincoln Chafee calling these outages, quote, catastrophic. And we have learned there are more than 600 people, part of crews out there trying to restore power. And as Patrick mentioned, it's pretty amazing because even when we look down the road, we can see power coming on in certain areas at this time. We did speak with a representative for National Grid, and he said he hasn't seen damage like this for 2 decades.
Probably Hurricane Bob. It was, but this is worse than that. And when you look along the whole East Coast, it's millions of customers out of power, and it's pretty unprecedented.
And of course, everyone wants to know when their power will be back up. Of course, there's no direct answer for that, but we can tell you officials say to be patient. It could be a few days before everyone is back up and running. And some things that you want to think about when you do get powered up again. The first thing is they say to plug your appliances in a little bit at a time so you don't overload your system. And also, if you do go a few days without power, you want to check that food in the refrigerator, throw it out in case it went bad. We are live in Warwick with the mobile newsroom. Nicole Estefan, Eyewitness News.